So those of you who watched my Vortex 2 unboxing video might remember that I began it by singing about how I had a very large box. Well, I just want to point out that compared to that box, that was nothing compared to what I found down at my gate. So my gate is a good distance away from my house. And so if there's a very large box, I have to drive it up. This box didn't fit in my fucking car. I don't actually know what's inside this, but all you missed was me ripping this open with the car keys. Ooh! Oh, this is the new bubble wrap! So somebody invented bubble wrap that you can't pop? Okay. What? Are you fucking shitting me? You did not fucking do this. The box has a label on it. Are you... Holy shit, man. How the... He sent me the fucking Roland AX Edge. What the hell? I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm super grateful, but what the... Okay, so the thing you gotta understand is that the guy who sent this to me, who's one of my friends, he also sent me a picture of the Barbie and the Rockers doll that, where she plays a little Keytar, and then he said, look out in the mail for a package. And I put 2 and 2 together. I got pi r squared, so I wasn't really that great. But I assumed that it was going to be the Barbie and the Rockers doll. Because it was like, yeah, I just sent you something fun. Just sent you something cool. Like, yeah, I mean, not that this is not fun and or cool. Like, have you guys seen this thing? Have you guys seen how cool this is? I swear, when I was reading the description of this, I was like, oh, it's like they watched my first how to buy a Keytar video and just did everything I said. Like, I'm so exasperated right now, I cannot, you know the phrase, I can't even? I hate when people are like, oh my gosh, I can't even, but right now, I cannot even. Holy crap! I mean, I'm not worthy of this! Okay. Like, this is also just so baffling to me because I knew when I saw this, I was like, well, I'm never going to own that because of the price that it is. I'll just never be able to own that Keytar. Because, like, I currently needed to get an oil change 200 miles ago, but I had to wait until I got paid because I didn't have 80 bucks to change my oil. So, like, when somebody sends me something like this, not only are you being like, oh, sorry, let's move the box. Not only are you being super duper nice, but, you're purchasing me something that I would literally never ever in my life have. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so grateful when people send me stuff, is because it's not like, oh, I would get that, but I don't really want it. It's just, oh my gosh. Good golly gosh, what the fucking hell? Oh crap, man. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Okay, so that's the Roland AX Edge. Okay, where's the manual? I gotta read the manual. Okay, good. It does come with case candy. Okay, so this is for changing the blade. So this part, the red part, is the blade, and you can change the blade. And it comes with silver screws and black screws. Roland branded strap. What's in here? Okay, so down in here, oh good. So I don't know if you remember in my Vortex 2 video, I was like surprised that it didn't come with a manual, because let me tell you, I like a manual that makes that noise when you slap it. That's a sturdy manual. And then, oh, well, I just unwrapped something. Fucky duck. Fucking hell. Is this, you remember David After Dentist, who was confused about if he was in real life or not? I'm David right now. So we got power. We got power. What the fucking hell am I even doing? Okay. By the way, I do remember a long time ago, somebody commented on the Vortex video and said, I'm so jealous that you have a Keytar sugar daddy and that's not me. And I need to make it extremely clear that, first of all, this person is a friend who's sending me stuff. I don't actually have a Keytar sugar daddy. And second of all, I'm absolutely open to multiple Keytar sugar daddies. Like, you don't need to worry about encroaching on somebody else's space. I'll take as many as you want. Volume, okay, so these are the volume knob rings. I'm familiar with this kind of foam. It's called closed cell foam, also known as fun foam or foamies. I work in a craft store. Cool. Read me first. I will. Oh god, this text is tiny. This is not a cause for concern. Do not store in damp washrooms. Do not expose to smoke. I've got bad news for everybody about that. God. Holy shit, man. Do not bend the power cord. Avoid extended use at high volume. Turn off if abnormality occurs. If smoke or unusual odor occurs, turn off the unit. Okay. Be cautious and protect children from... Do not drop. Okay, so here's... I got bad news for you here. I'm gonna drop this. I drop every item I've ever owned. Isn't it supposed to come with like a second blade? Where's my other blade? Right here. Cool. Where are my fucking keys? YouTube won't let you monetize your channel if you say fuck too much. And that's probably true. But you know what? I'm not making money off this. I'm apparently making Keytars off of this. So, my friend Lost, who, is the guy who sent me this, for fuck's sake, man. Open the fuck up, you piece of shit. I'm so glad there's nobody else in the house right now, and it's just me and this what the fuck moment. I'm highly flustered right now, actually. Okay, so we got the red blade and the silver blade. So we got MIDI, we got audio, mic, we got 1/4-inch headphone jack, which is, as everybody knows, everyone's favorite headphone jack. Oh god, this has a... So the AX Edge has, it's a synth. It's not a... you can use it as a MIDI controller, but it's not exclusively a MIDI controller. Nickel metal hydride batteries are rechargeable batteries, right? I remember there was something about, like, you couldn't use alkaline batteries in it, which is a bummer, because that's, like, what all my Keytars use. You know what? There's the outlet. We gonna plug this bitch in. Okay. We're gonna plug this bitch in. And it's got one of those cord keepers that, like, are the most important. You know when there's things where you're like, this is a $1 piece of plastic, but it doubles the usability of something? Yeah, this has one of those. It's got this little bit of plastic right there that you loop the cord through. Hello. I love the all black keys. that's fun. I just like that one because it's called Hot Coffee. So I love that this instrument has like its own understanding of its identity. Like the tones that were chosen. So there's I think 1,000 tones in this, but the ones that were chosen feel very, they all feel really well thought out. Because one of the problems that I run into when I'm playing something through GarageBand or MainStage, anything that's got a large set of pre-made instruments, is that there's so many instruments it's really hard to figure out the identity of the piece. What is other? Oh! Oh, that's cool! So the keys on this are not as springy as the Vortex. The Vortex's keys are like rising back up to meet you. Oh gosh. The black on black keys is harder to see, but it looks so cool, man! There's also a program change up on the neck, which I love. There's our octave shift. Octave shift does the same light ups that it does on the Vortex, which I like. There's 1,000 sounds in this. Oh, there's buttons on the back! Yeah! Woo, that's not the button I meant. Okay. Oh, okay, dude. I'm so glad I decided I was going to film the unboxing of this. Cause what the fucking fuck, man? I dig where the controls are. I like this little fake headstock. I think that's the cutest thing ever. Look at that. It's like, I'm a guitar, but I also love it because it's like right where those controls are, so you can use it as feel. Alright, I'm gonna read the manual now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these big boxes. I guess I can just start sleeping in this one. Okay, hands. So, this thing has 4 strap buttons instead of your standard 2, which I am a fan of. Because every time that I see people, playing Keytar with their hand like this, like underneath the strap, I was go like, bitch, you are gonna have that Keytar fall off your shoulder and onto the floor. So there's a strap button where the strap could come out right here, and there's one where I've got it right here. So unlike the Alesis Vortex, which tells you it has aftertouch, but does not actually permit you to use the aftertouch, this has like a really good expressive aftertouch. It's got this modulation bar. I was always like, I don't really use modulation, and then I had this bar, and suddenly I was like, I do really use modulation. All of the controls, there's controls on the back of the neck, and they're all really well placed, because I can tell that that's unison, and that's portamento, and that's hold, which... like, I can feel those, and I know exactly... a lot like how on the Vortex I picked it up and my thumb went in the pitch bend wheel, like, right where I wanted it to be. This is really comfortable. My thumb goes right on the unison button where I want it to be. There's a master volume. Until I had the Vortex, I didn't appreciate how much I need a master volume. I need a master volume. So all the controls are really nicely set up. This is a really well thought out device. And I love that you can control your sound, or your program mode, from up here as well as down here. And I like that there's an option where you can reach the low end of the keyboard here. Back when I said playing Keytar like a guitarist, there's a lot that you can do with getting bass notes in there and being able to get them from your left hand non-awkwardly, because you can reach that whole range without the pitch bend. Pitch bend wheel, or the pitch bend ribbon, is pressure sensitive, which I love. And there's also something I didn't fully appreciate until I put this down on a table. There are rubber feet on the back of this, so if I want to take this and put it on a table and play it like a piano, that's already prepared for. So when you set it down, it doesn't make awkward, thunky noises. There's also a rubber bumper down here on the end. I'm not quite sure what the plan was for that Quirrell, but it works okay. The other thing that I love about this that I can't review other Keytars that I have on is that all of the sounds are so good. Like, hang on a sec. So if I want to be a total fucking goofball, because this has, it's got 5-pin, and as we know, the basic rule of 5-pin is that anything that has 5-pin out can go into anything that has 5-pin in. So obviously you wouldn't really want to be playing your AX Edge through your Rock Band Keytar. I forgot that the pitch bend on this is backwards. Wow, I got used to aftertouch. I was already, like, getting ready to... Anyway, aftertouch and having pressure sensitivity on the ribbon controller gives you a huge range of, variety. You get, like, a lot of expression out of it because it's very similar to how you'd play an acoustic instrument or an electric guitar, where you just get your whole body movement into it and it affects how it works. So that's cool. I can tell I'm used to playing the Vortex too because I tried to turn on star power there. Now that we're done doing the stupid things like taking our $5 Keytar and running it through our brand new State of the Edge Keytar, just wanted to point out that you can do that if you want to do dumb stuff. I haven't played too much with the sound editors, but I did read the whole manual. I love that. I've never had functional aftertouch before. The Vortex has aftertouch, but you can't assign it to anything. And because this has all the sounds inside it, even though you can use it as a MIDI controller, since this is, all the sounds are built in, the sounds all have, like, specialty when this controls so that's really, really cool. And all of these buttons, even though they're all set up to do really, I like what all of them do, you can change that. You can you can turn off your mod bar, you can turn off the pressure sensitivity on your thing, or you can turn off the touch sensitivity, so you can set it up so that it pitch bends only through pressure. There's all this cool stuff that you can do with this thing. I'm gonna go figure out what all of that is. But that was, there you go, that's my surprise Roland AX Edge unboxing. Is that I can't get over how good the sounds are and how easy they are to use. If you want to get into playing Keytar and you don't know anything about MIDI and you don't know anything about synths, but you have $1,000, just get this Keytar. You can collect the other expensive stuff as you go because $1,000 isn't going to be enough. When it comes to Keytars, you will always want more. For example, hypothetically speaking, if anybody wanted to be really cool, I want a Keytar from former Soviet Russia, so somebody should get on that. And also, I know that the Vortex is supposed to have aftertouch, and the AZ1 is supposed to have aftertouch. For those of you who've forgotten, once your Keytar goes underwater, it doesn't have aftertouch anymore. Probably.